I'm here with Matty from Memphis Mayfire. How are you?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Not too bad, thank you. Now, this is a legendary festival. When you know this is coming, do you have sleepless nights ahead of it, or do you cope all right with it?
You know, it's all been kind of a blur. We've been playing a lot of big festivals the past few days, and so it's been nice to have something that's kind of built up to this day. But this is the last day over here for, you know, a couple weeks and fly home tomorrow, so we're just going to give it our all. I mean, there's nothing we can do to be any better than what we've prepared to be. So, you know, I just try to rest in that, and I think it's going to be an amazing show.
After the show, do you all get together and go, how was that for you? You mucked up that bit. You should have been louder there. Or do you just go, we've done it, let's wrap?
Yeah, you know, our band is kind of odd in the fact that it's always been like when we walk off stage, everybody's kind of in their own world and like focusing on their own successes or issues that night, and you know, by the time we've kind of talked it out with ourselves, then we kind of huddle back together and we eat dinner and just hang out. So I mean, you know, it's not my place to tell somebody else that they messed up, or their place to tell me. So we all know our mistakes, our downfalls, and our, you know, our good moments. So we just do it ourselves.
And some things are never your fault, like technical issues.
Totally.
like they can always happen.
Totally. Yeah. If anything, we'll have sympathy on each other and just be like, hey man, I'm sorry that you had that issue, kind of thing, you know. Yeah.
Now the latest album, you've described it as being like a movie soundtrack. It's epic, it's big.
Yeah.
How is that when you're playing it live? Is it hard logistically to transfer that to live?
No, it's actually been amazing. Playing the new songs live, it just feels totally different than anything we've done in the past. Mainly because there's so many different layers and so many things that goes into each and every song. But we have an incredible front of house engineer that really is able to pull all of those things out, and I'm just really proud of our live show these days. Those new songs make it so fun.
Yeah. Is that when you're making the record, is that an important factor to you now, having been in a band for a while, that it's fun to play live?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, absolutely. The way that I write melodies and everything these days is different, so that I can have more room to breathe, and I'm able to pull everything off live that we do on the record, totally. But you know, we also, half of us live in Nashville and rehearse in Nashville now, so there's a lot of rehearsal time that wasn't there in the past, so it's great. Yeah.
And now the album, it's been quite personal for you. Your sister encouraged you to write about things that were very personal in terms of anxiety and your mental issues and stuff.
Right.
When you perform the songs, do you go back to that place every time you sing the lyrics, or do you have to go on autopilot a bit more to get through it?
It depends on the day, I guess. Some days it's almost like I'm reliving the moment, and then some days I'm able to just kind of see it from afar. I think one thing that's really important when you're remembering issues that you used to have, that you know, that you don't have anymore, that you've overcome, is kind of think of yourself as like, you know, in an ocean, and you're laying in the water and you're looking up, and the water's crazy, and there's like so much like storming and waves crashing, but beneath the surface everything is calm and peaceful. So to be able to see those things without actually feeling them has been something that I've had to figure out how to do, you know.
I need to learn that.
Yeah.
Have you found that people have kind of reached out to you since you've put those thoughts into lyrics, like even more than ever before?
Yeah, absolutely. People have been reaching out to me about anxiety and depression and things like that long before any of those things were introduced into my life. So it's I don't know the word, but I guess it's good that I can finally sympathize with them or relate in a way that I never could before. It's heartbreaking, but you know, I think that you know, God has allowed me to experience those things so that I can affect people who are going through those same things and offer encouragement and be a testament to the fact that you can get through it, you know.
Does it ever feel like a burden on your shoulders, knowing that people are looking up to you and knowing how you're coping with things? And
you know, before I started being so open about my faith, it was, you know, because I think I started to take the weight as if, you know, like I could hold that weight, or as if I deserved this in some weird way. But I think a lot of people know now that, like, when they give me glory, you know, I'm just going to take it and hand it right off to God, you know, because, I mean, man, God has been so good to me in my life and has always been there, never failed me, and He won't now. And so people know now, I think, that when they praise me, they're really just praising the one that deserves it, you know.
Now, on a much lighter and frivolous note, I hear you like doner kebabs.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? We all have kebab tattoos.
I've heard this. Can I see it? Is it? I'll see if I can get the camera on it.
stick with a guy cutting the meat off of it.
Amazing.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
Not many people can say they've got a kebab on their leg.
People over here, I was like, damn, like, we only eat that stuff like when we're drunk or whatever, and I'm like, why would you not want to remember how incredible this is? We love kebab.
I love a kebab. Do you have burger sauce or chili sauce? What do you have on it?
Chili and garlic.
Yeah, oh, we're not in frame anymore.
Come on in.
Have you tried this? There's a stall here that do them. Have you tried it yet? Yeah, outside.
That's the first I've heard of it.
You have to go out with us normal people,
if you're
though.
trying to find me, you know where to find me. Yeah, that's where I'll be.
Now, out of all the bands here, who are you going to try and hunt down and chat to and catch up with?
Man, I'm just so excited that Suicide Silence is back in action and killing it. I'm going to definitely be catching their set. I'm going to watch The Used. You know, just try to see as many friends as possible and try to watch as many bands as possible, really. So.
Do you try and scout potential future support bands when you're at festivals and think they might work for us?
You know, that's a good idea, and I've never even, that's the first I've ever heard of that or thought about that.
Cool Brit bands coming on tour with you.
That is a great idea. I'll be doing that, yeah,
okay.
For sure.
And so you're going to the Netherlands next, I think, is that right?
Sorry?
You're going to the Netherlands next?
Nope, we're flying home tomorrow.
Oh, really?
And we've got like a week and a half off, and then we fly back over to do more festival stuff over in Europe.
Is it busy?
Yeah.
In a good way, though.
Yeah,
You'd rather be busy.
I can't complain. Yeah, I can't.
When you do have downtime at home, do you kind of separate yourselves from the rest of the band members and just have time with different friends and different social circles?
Yeah, I mean, I've been married for 8.5 years now.
Wow.
So, you know, my wife and I just bought our first house in Nashville.
Congrats.
So we're just so pumped on that. We like to be homebodies when we're home.
Yeah.
But I also just built a recording studio.
Good luck today. I'll be there watching.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
You too.